For those that follow my channel, I always talk about the rigged reality. People watch reality shows and they think they're real. And even those that know reality shows are fake, they don't understand. When it's covered on the news, basically the same concept of nothing more than fakery and fabrications. Take a look at this story with Kim Kardashian supposedly being robbed by 5 masked men. She was tied up in the bathroom. They threatened to kill her and supposedly stole $10 million worth of jewels before fleeing. Complete garbage. Just take a look here. Kanye West said during his concert, he abruptly stopped it because supposedly, while on stage, he got word he had a so-called family emergency. Take a listen.
I'm sorry, family emergency. I have to stop the show.
What? You get us?
They had to add this little skit in to make it appear more realistic when it was all planned out. Without a shadow of a doubt. What all comes down to, what all boils down to, these people that you see propped up in this world, they're paid multiple millions of dollars to distract you. So-called entertain you, on TV, and then these fake fabricated news stories. People are obsessed with these goofball celebrities. They're a complete joke. Most people work 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, weekends, spent watching sports, watching these so-called reality stars. It reminds me of this quote. No hero, but Noam Chomsky says it correctly here. The general population doesn't know what's happening. It doesn't even know that it doesn't know. That's what it all comes down to. It's all a circus show, even when it comes to so-called the news. Just like CNN. Just take a look here at these guests.
It was clearly planned and executed.
Well, obviously, I think it's an inside job. They had to know when she was going to be in the apartment or where she was, that she had that kind of jewelry. And that could have been done by the concierge, could have been done by anybody from doormen to airport workers.
Notice everybody's name that's participating in this. First, of course, this story revolves around Kim Kardashian. You have your KK. You have your Larry Lawton. You get your LL. For those that know anything about numerology, LL is 33. Just like LL Cool J, Lex Luthor, Lois Lane. The list goes on and on with these duality names. Let's continue on with the video. It's just a complete joke, a complete, again, circus act.
The job, they had to know when she was going to be in the apartment or where she was, that she had that kind of jewelry. And that could have been done by the concierge, could have been done by anybody from doormen to airport workers. So I think there's an inside element to it. The getaway, too. When you look at the getaway, they said bicycles. The bicycle.
Former jewel thief. Give me a break.
Might have went 2 blocks and went into a van. And then after the van, it went, or a van or a truck, and they're gone. Usually a planned heist, they split it up real quick. So it is more to the whole story, Brooke.
I mean, I never heard of bicycles. Then again, it's Paris, and a lot of people hop on bikes in small, charming streets, and away you go. Stephen, on the bodyguard note, I mean, if you're rolling around, and listen, I have questions on even why one would have $10 million in jewels, but obviously she did. Why?
And always with these news stories, you get the occult symbolism, plain sight. This is how they do it. Always about sign symbols, dates, numbers, and colors when it comes to these news stories. These 2 clowns, part of this circus act.
And jewels, but obviously she did. Why wasn't the bodyguard by her side the entire time she had that kind of jewelry on her? Apparently the bodyguard was out clubbing with some of the sisters.
Right, and I think he was right on. I think it was an inside job due to that fact because the main bodyguard, was sent to
another duality name here.
Be with the other sisters. So the robbers, quote unquote, were not that lucky to get into a location that was a secret entrance, and she was with no security. You add that with Snapchat, which is ridiculous to show all that jewelry on Snapchat. And not have a second security guard there who was armed and maybe had police training is boggling to me. So I think he was really right on that it is definitely an inside job.
Definitely a hoax. That's what it all comes down to. Again, nothing more than a distraction. Everybody involved here, okay, including Kim Kardashian, KK, Get your BB, LL, and SS. All Freemason hoax written all over it. And don't think for a second this puppet is going to do this hoax on her own. She was instructed. Again, millions upon millions of people follow these so-called celebrities and idolize them, worship them. And how did this woman ever become famous anyways? What is the big deal about her? It all boils down to, it all comes down to her father, who's now supposedly deceased, Robert Kardashian, as you see here, going back in time with the O.J. Simpson trial. This hoax, this fabrication, nothing more than a divide and conquer news story. Going back in time here as well. Understand, he was a Mason. You have Kim, Chloe, and Courtney. You have KKK. What is this all about? All about, again, Freemasonry. Get your KKK, just like the white supremacist group, K being the 11th letter in the alphabet. So understand, I'm not saying Robert Kardashian is a racist. What it's all about is the Masons, they own and control every aspect of our society. That includes the divide and conquer. So this is just a sign that they're behind it. It's all about Freemasonry. The highest degree in the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry being 33, just like Bank of America. And this whole entire concept of their logo, the red and blue being purple. You got your dashes. 3 sets of 2s. You get your 2. You get your 11, 11, 11, 4, 33. That's how they do it. Taking a look at this photo here, going back in time. Robert. See the children. Okay? Take a look at this one here. Something doesn't match here. Okay? Take a look. These two kind of look similar. This one here. Why is that? Been rumors that OJ, and of course, see here with Robert Kardashian's wife and OJ had a thing going on. Taking a closer look here. Okay. Of course, Kanye West involved in the mix. See all the satanic symbolism on his pants. You see the one eye symbolism with the star with Kim. Nothing more than sellouts. That's part of it. People just, again, sellouts. That's all they are. Nothing more than sellouts. And Kanye West just so happens to be 33 as well in numerology. This is the world run by these Masons. Again, all these so-called news stories are nothing more than fabrications used to distract. That's all it's all about. Just like this quote I showed earlier with Noam Chomsky, how the public doesn't even know what's taking place. That's what it's all about. The methods that the people that own and control this world use, and these hired help, just as Kim Kardashian, everybody in the Hollywood and the music industry, it's all about distraction, not knowing what's taking place, and obsessed with this meaningless garbage with these two clowns, these two geeks, Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. Now I'm going to play a previous video demonstrating the O.J. Simpson trial is nothing more than a hoax, nothing more than a divide and conquer news story to basically divide the country. This is how those that own and control this world keep us all distracted and divided, keeping their eyes off those that rule. It's very simple. They keep doing it and the masses keep falling for it. That simple. For those that have watched my videos over the years, they'll know I made many videos on the O.J. Simpson trial, nothing but a hoax, nothing more than a divide and conquer psyop using the character O.J. Simpson, of course a former football player and actor. Let's take a look at some interesting numbers here. Again, it's always about the numbers. I talk about it all the time. Pythagoras once said, all is number. That's what it's all about. You see, as I shown before, the square and compass, the checkerboard symbolism, and the pyramid. This is what it's all about, the number system. Numbers don't lie. People do. These are the facts. Simpson in numerology is 33. Okay? In Pythagorean numerology, named after Pythagoras. Okay? He was sued by the Goldman family supposedly for $33 million. He was sentenced to prison for 33 years for stealing back his own merchandise, supposedly in Las Vegas. It just so happens 13 years to the day after being acquitted for murder, he was sentenced again to 33 years in prison. Now let's take a listen to this clip from CNN, and they will confirm what I just stated. as far as these sentences and being acquitted after 13 years, being sentenced to 33 years. Take a listen.
Jury in the above entitled case 13 years to the day after he was acquitted of murders and sentenced to a maximum of 33 years in prison.
So for any of those that might doubt the numbers, just wanted to play that real quick. Now, as I shown before, O.J. Simpson, during the Las Vegas trial, just take a look at this man. Do you think this man is traumatized? He's worried about spending the rest of his life in jail? Of course not. Take a look at his daughter. Is she worried? Of course not. They know how dumbed down they have the masses. Take a look at these attorneys, all casual. O.J. with his face. Just look at this. And they know they have the masses completely mind controlled, completely dumbed down. And this is what they do. They know the masses won't suspect anything. They just look at this and, oh, O.J. is just a jerk, but they don't understand. Joke's on them. Take a look at the attorney and O.J. As shown before, you see the white circles around the eye. This is because while many people, millions of people think he's spending time in prison, he's at the golf course. That's what he's doing. Okay? Take a look here. It's a big joke to O.J. and the attorneys. Look at this. Big smile on his face. Here as well. Just a circus. All for show in this rigged reality. Now, going back to 1998, O.J. Simpson did an interview with this American woman who's more well known in the UK by the name of Ruby Wax. Take a look at O.J. in the back here. Give me a break. Now, I always talk about the rigged reality and the number 33. The reason Ruby Wax was selected to do this documentary, this interview session with O.J., because Ruby Wax is 33 in Pythagorean numerology. Now, if you think all these 33s are just a coincidence, you're definitely a coincidence there, without a doubt. Okay? In denial, don't want to believe or accept the fact that you've been deceived in this world full of lies, nothing but lies and deception by those that own and control it. Again, this is nothing more than a divide and conquer news story. Again, with O.J. being an actor. Now, take a look here as well. As Ruby Wax meets O.J. at his house, and you see the Masonic handshake. You get your 33 with Ruby Wax, and like I said, Simpson, 33 as well, and all the corresponding numbers. Now, this takes the cake as far as mockery. Take a listen to this segment, the very end, with Ruby Wax and O.J. during this interview segment. Take a listen to what Ruby Wax says here. 100% complete mockery with O.J.
After we finished filming, O.J. said to me that he had a surprise for me, and I genuinely was surprised. I think it was his idea of a joke. And this is it.
This is O.J.'s way of saying, you've been had, you've been bamboozled, nothing but a hoax, nothing but a psyop. We fooled you all. This is what's taken place. Many have seen this and said, oh, O.J.'s he's just being a jerk, he's heartless, he doesn't care about Nicole. No, has nothing to do with that. This is, again, their way of mocking. This is what they're all about. World deceived.